Well, forgive me, I'm a bit sick, but I know this is old news and internet time. But when I first saw the Halo CE announcement on PlayStation, I had to do the hardest double take in my life.
Alright, so Flash, Okabe, and any of you other time traveling MFers, I need y'all to come to the front of the class right now. Because someone better explain to me how we ended up in a timeline where Halo is on PlayStation, or I'm whooping some ass.
Well, we're finally here. Halo has made it to PlayStation along with the rest of Xbox's flagship franchises. And you know what? I'm glad that Halo's on PlayStation. The whole console war thing died a long time ago, and anyone holding on to it is weird as hell for that. So good for Halo with that. But we have a problem, my fellow pilots. Helldivers 2 still holds the title for the best Halo update/news since Halo Infinite's release. Now that's just my opinion, of course. But we all have heard about the Halo CE remake. You see, this was me, a kid with no internet and a copy of Halo 5, excited to play it for the first time. Can't you see it? The hope and life in my eyes. Well, this is me after. As 343, I mean Halo Studios, continued to make bad and mediocre games and decisions with this franchise. You see, I've been a huge fan of the Halo franchise since Halo Reach, and I've played the hell out of every single Halo game, including the RTS games. So just know that this is not coming from a hater, but this Halo CE remake just isn't the Halo we fell in love with. I've been seeing a lot of people talk about how excited they are for this remake and how good it looks, and I'm here to tell you guys that you shouldn't be. Or at least you shouldn't be too excited, unless you never got to play Halo because of your loyalty to third person, camera over the right shoulder, single player, cinematic story PlayStation. But forget whatever you're a fan of. This first reason for why you should be upset applies to all gamers. This Halo CE remake is a tech demo that will be used to milk money from us. You see, this Halo CE remake is Halo Studios' way to get the hang of the Unreal Engine. And what better way to do that than with a game that is 20 plus years old? Now that in of itself isn't an issue, but with the report from GameStop, a leaker claimed that the Halo Studios team will be remaking both Halo 2 and 3 as well. And then this starts to smell like shit. So first off, yes, a Halo CE remake is a great place to start when having Halo come to PlayStation. But guys, do you remember that Halo Infinite was $60? The game's multiplayer was free to play. So you paid full price essentially for just a single player experience. And this remake is not going to have multiplayer. And not just this remake. According to the leaker, all of the remakes will be single player only. Now take all of this with a grain of salt. This is just speculation. The Halo 2 and 3 remakes are not confirmed, but the Halo CE one is, and I will not be surprised if Xbox sells this game to us for $60 to $70 when we're only getting half the game. So we should be getting about half the price. Not having multiplayer in this remake is also bad because I don't know about you guys, but when I think of Halo Combat Evolved, one of the first things that comes to my mind is the legendary map Blood Gulch. Yes, the Halo CE campaign is freaking awesome, don't get me wrong, but you mean to tell me that one of the most iconic maps in multiplayer history won't be playable in this remake? That just seems like a 343 mistake from the Halo Studio team that we're used to seeing at this point. This remake needs to be $30 to $40 max, since there is no multiplayer. But I think we know that won't be the case. Hopefully I'm wrong on that though. With the news from the leaker though, just makes me feel like they're trying to recoup as much money as possible from the previous titles, so Microsoft doesn't come in and start whooping dude's ass in the office. My second reason is sprinting. Can anyone watching this video explain to me why sprint was added to this remake? Now I know this is more of a modernized version of Halo, obviously, but I just see so many problems with sprint. Granted, this is an early build of the game. The enemies need to be buffed in order for sprint to not break the game. Being able to just simply run past enemies or around them for the easiest flank imaginable will just make the game boring. And a lot of interactions you encounter were built with no sprint in mind for the original original Combat Evolved. Even in the demo, you can see how enemies don't react as fast to you when sprinting. Now that could possibly be an easy fix by making the enemies slightly faster or something. I don't know if it's that simple. I'm not a developer after all. The thing I truly worry about with Sprint added is the Flood. The missions with the Flood are built on tension and their overwhelming nature in the way they attack. With Sprint being added, you're going to lose all of that by simply just being able to Also, if you're going to add Sprint, why not add dual wielding? I mean, that actually would have been awesome, but I guess that's just, another missed opportunity from the Halo team. And now, for my final reason. Halo Studios is just adding unnecessary changes. I understand that this is a remake, but why are we adding the things that we don't from the 343 games? Like the charging of the plasma pistol draining its battery. Well, really just making the plasma weapons in general entirely useless, because you kill like 3 enemies and the charge is gone, and then you have to switch over to something else, making the AR have 32 rounds instead of 60, and probably the worst of all, the Magnum being the Halo 5 and Infinite Magnum. And trust me, you saw the picture in the beginning. I know the Halo 5 Magnum sound. You see, this is the OG Combat Evolved Magnum. And this is from the remake. Now, I haven't played the remake's demo, obviously, but the Magnum is missing that punchy sound, and just from looking at it, it makes the Magnum seem a lot weaker than it probably is. Not having the Elite's barrel roll out of the way from the Warthog, making them super easy to kill, and there's a litany of other things to mention, but those things have been talked about by like 50 other channels before me. I'm late to doing this, and I'm not one to complain without having some kind of solution in mind, or at least a suggestion to the Halo Studios team and Xbox. You guys need to make us miss Halo, or at least Master Chief. Now, this is just a theory. This is just like a little theory or idea. It's not anything, I don't know. I'm just kind of brainstorming here, but hear me out, guys. Let me cook. I believe Xbox views Halo like Nintendo views Mario, and they probably should, but there is a huge difference. You see, when Mario came around in 1981, gamers were much younger. Therefore, you have that genuine nostalgia from their games. Gamers were children when they grew up with Mario, and now with the US average age of gamers being 36, it makes sense why there may not be as strong of an attachment to the Master Chief and this remake. Plus, with Xbox deciding to do a remake for a game that has already been remastered, along with possibly Halo 2 and 3. A Halo 3 remake, I'm not gonna lie. I'm probably fall victim to the consumerism.
Damn, what is that, bro?
It just feels like they've run out of ideas to do with the franchise. So what Xbox needs to do is make us miss Halo and Master Chief for a minute. And then the hard part is delivering with a game that is freaking awesome and worthy of the hype it would garner from a long-awaited comeback. And I really thought of this because, recently, Hollow Knight Silksong came out. That game was, super hyped because people were waiting for it. They missed Hollow Knight. And it's like, come on, guys. We've been getting Halo basically every, 3 years since 4. Oh, no, there was a bit of a gap with Halo Infinite, but still. And they just keep making mediocre game after mediocre game. Halo just needs to expand on its universe, give us other characters. Make some smaller scale games that follow some of the other characters in the universe, like a Palmer or anyone on Blue Team, and then you can experiment with and have some cool ideas. But instead, we will be probably getting a full price remake of a game that has been remastered so Xbox can make a quick buck. One thing I will always do on this channel is to make sure people who watch me understand that I will not tolerate anything less than what we deserve, especially when it feels like a way for these billion-dollar companies to make some easy money off of us. But hopefully that sounds like a cool idea to y'all. Y'all let me know in the comments, or if I'm just, bullshitting. But anyway, that's all I got for you guys today, pilots. I'm gonna hop in my Franks and fly on out of here, because I'm sick as fuck. But peace, y'all.